Good evening, everyone. And recently I saw the question paper for a NET exam in June 2020. So this exam was only recently held because of all the corona. The exam was held in I think 19th November, and the question paper was out only recently, just 2-3 days back. So while going through the question paper, I just came across one problem which has a mistake, a small mistake, and if you make a peel, then maybe you can get 5 marks, or with a negative, it will be 6.25 marks. So I'll just show you the problem, explain a bit. So this is the problem. It's from part C. So it says the velocity of a particle which is moving in one dimension is given by this. Vx is v naught sine pi x by x naught. And then it says that v0 and x0 are positive constants. And then it says initial condition is x equal to epsilon times x naught, where mod of epsilon is much smaller than 1. Then in long time, which option is right? So the official key is that in the longer term, the particle will tend towards x equal to x naught. Okay, but this, however, is not completely right, because they have said nothing about the sign of epsilon. This option is correct if epsilon is positive, but epsilon can also be a small negative quantity. Then this option does not hold. Okay, so I'll just explain to you. So this is the situation here. These are the 3 points of interest. One is the origin 0, then x naught, and then minus x naught. So velocity is 0 at origin, at x naught and minus x naught. So this will be like pi and minus pi. So again, it will be 0. And in between, if the particle is in this side, it will have a positive velocity. If it's on this side, it will have a negative velocity, right? So the idea is this. It says it starts with this condition. Epsilon is x is epsilon x naught. So basically what it's saying is that so if the particle starts at a point close to the origin, and then of course it will have a positive velocity, but however, to reach x naught, if you calculate it, it will take an infinite amount of time. That's the idea, and when that holds, this option holds. However, what can also happen is that it can also start to a little bit of the left of origin, and then of course the velocity will be negative, and then the same thing will hold. It will take an infinite amount of time to reach this point minus x naught. Okay, so that's the correct description, and I'll just show you some more calculations here. So this is the initial condition. X is epsilon times x naught, with mod of epsilon is much smaller than 1. So epsilon is very small, but it can be a small negative quantity also. This was your given equation. So velocity or dx dt is this. So now you just bring this one to this side. So this will become cosec x dx, and this will become v naught dt. So now you just integrate with the initial conditions, epsilon x naught to x and 0 to t. So integral of this one is log of cosec x minus cot x. So it becomes this one, yeah, and then a factor of pi by x naught will come because it's there inside this inside this trigonometric term here. So now you just simplify it. You write this as 1 by sine cos by sine, 1 by sine cos by sine, and simplify it a bit, and then you convert it into half angle. So this will become 2 sine square x by 2, this will become 2 sine x by 2 cos x by 2, like that. Yeah, so and the same thing here, and basically you'll get a tan of half angle here, a tan of half angle here, and this is the expression you get. This log, well, if you bring it to this side, it will become exponential. You get this, and this is small here, so if you want, you can make a small angle approximation. It's not required, but you can still do it. So this is almost equal to mod epsilon pi by 2 into exponential of this. So from here you can see that when x is x naught, so this is tan pi by 2, this is infinite, so t has to go to infinity. Okay, and if x is minus x naught, then tan is minus pi by 2, um, and that is minus infinite, but there's a mod sign here, so this is again infinite. So t will again be infinite if just in case it goes to minus x naught. So that's the correct description, and the correct option should be this. When x tends to plus minus x naught, t will tend to infinity, and the correct option should be this. In long term, the particle tends towards x equal to plus minus x naught, depending on the sign of epsilon. So if epsilon is positive, it will go to plus x naught. If epsilon is negative, it will go to minus x naught. Okay, so that's the correct answer. And if you want, you can write to them, and if they accept it, you will get some marks. So yeah, I'm not sure if you can still do it, but there will still be some contacts, and you can write to them if you want. So yeah, so that was that. I have not gone through all the questions in that much details. Overall, broadly speaking, I thought it was the question paper was not very difficult, but the pattern was changed. So I don't know which way the cutoff will go. So maybe it will decrease. I'm not sure, but maybe not too much, because the questions were that way. It was not too difficult, So I also run a course for NET. One of my students this time, he's got a full 30 part A, and I've explained the contents of the course in another video in more details. You can just go and watch it if you want. And if you're interested, you can just send me an email. And apart from that, thanks for watching, and I hope your exam went well, and I'll see you next time. Okay, so let me just stop it here.